So basically, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the best stats right now for PC. That's what we're gonna do. And as you can tell, I am a top champ right now. You know what I mean? Like, fragging out everything. I am currently my placement rank because I did go down 2 whole ranks, but we don't mind that. Don't you worry. So first, let's go through them. You got to have all these on. In my opinion, in my I want to see what frames I'm getting and what ping I'm at. So that's why I've got minimal metrics. That's, can you see this at the bottom here? So let's say I'll turn it off. That goes. If I put it on advanced, and you can see bars, and that's just a bit too big for me. And then that, so if you get latency, like it says that logo pops up, and you can have it on text and the logo, or just logo. I'd rather just have the icon on, as you can imagine, because that's just a bit much on my screen. Then next it's stun. That's where you get flashbanged. What colour it is. So normally it's white, so when you get flashbanged it's bright white on your screen, isn't it? And I prefer dark. And apparently I saw that you can actually see more sooner, if you know what I mean, if you go dark. And this is when you're stunned and it plays the music when you can't really hear. It's either ringing or like a wave. Just put that on mute. You have to do that really. This one is when you're on cameras. So you can press one button and go immediately to, let's say you're on default cams on defense. You press one button, I think it's C or something, and you go immediately to maestro cams or bulletproof. But I just prefer just to scroll through with Q&E personally. Diffuser pickup, I like to have it on both. I know some people like to have it on manual, don't know why. But I like to have it on both just so I don't have to press it and, you know what I mean, I can just run over it. This one you have to do. So when you throw a grenade or like a stun, you can see where it's going to go, or even like a Falcon. Drone after prep. So this is when you're in drone phase. After it's, when it's action phase, like the end and you're on your drone, it doesn't take you off automatically. You have to do it yourself, which I prefer because what if you drone in and you want to save your camera, but it immediately takes you off it. You know, you don't want that to happen. So you put that on manual. Match replay. If you want, I think it's, if you want more FPS in game, then you turn it off. But I just like to, after like a game or something, I like to go through it, see what I've done wrong, so then you can actually improve. You know what I mean? Text channel, I'll chuck it on all. Crossplay on. Why not play with console kids on PC? You know what I mean? Sorry about that. And then next it's HUD, I think. Most of my HUD is just normal. It's just plain default. Except for, never mind. I thought I had health on number. I had it on number before, but I guess it just reset. And because I like to just not know what it is, then you can't just, so you don't know, and you just don't overthink it as much, if you know what I mean. That's what I personally like doing, in my opinion. But like, you know what I mean. What do I know? I'm pretty sure everything's on. I think this one you can have off. It's when big letters come up on your screen, 4v5. You can have that off. Bands I've got off. And that's about it for what I have. Audio, this is all personal preference. In my opinion, dynamic range, better on high. I just feel like you can hear more, you know what I mean? You can tell where sounds are, you know what I mean? Who knows? I think most pros use it on high as well, like Spoit, Stomping, all of them all use it on high. Master volume 100. I don't have a Go XLR, whatever, to manually adjust the audio, so I just chuck it on 100. You can hear, then manually adjust it through my headset. Voiceover, this is where, like, say you load into a game and right when action phase is happening, they start talking to you, like, I don't know, Paul starts talking to Ash. That wouldn't happen, but you know what I mean. So that doesn't happen. It's only to do with gameplay, like reloading. You know what I mean, all that. And obviously audio. I just have it on my HyperX Cloud Freeze, which I'm using now, and then push to talk, obviously. Voice chat enabled, so you can hear. Display, obviously main monitor, 1920 by 1080. That's what my monitor goes to. That's what I have it on. Borderless. I just don't really like full screen. I like to go over to my next screen. You know what I mean? I do it quite a lot, so. But for refresh rate, you do have to like, you do have to manually adjust it through your Windows settings and your NVIDIA control panel. I'm pretty sure it is. So normally, if you're on full screen, let's say, it goes all the way up to 240, and I have it on borderless. I don't know why it's just reset my refresh rate. My aspect ratio, sorry. But it is always at 240 because my monitor settings in Windows. Then aspect ratio, we've got 4:3. I've tried basically all of them. I used to play on 5:4, which is very stretched res. Oh, sorry. And then I'm on 4:3, which is still very stretched res compared to, let's say, the default, which is 16 by 9, I think. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's 16 by 9. It's just normal. It looks right. And then this is stretched out, like left and right. It's landscape, I think. And 16 by 10 is stretched height wise, like vertical. Some people play on this. I've heard 3:2 is really good as well. I just like to go 4:3. B-Sync, have to have it off. Terrible to have it on. You throw in. FPS limit, it's just a bit long turning it on. Plus, when you're in the lobby, like now, it automatically caps it at your refresh rate, so there's no need. As long as you're not getting stutters, just turn it off. Widescreen letterbox. I think Bolo for a tiny bit used to play on it. This is okay. We can't see it in game, but it's where black bars pop up. If you can see my cursor on the side, pop up here. FOV 90. I know console has like this big thing about A4, I think it is, or below, but I just have it at 90. Hood area display, mine's at 90. Obviously, if you go to 100, oh, you can only see in game. But I can show you with this. Let's say, because my menu displays at 80. They put it to 100, it's really in your face. Some people have it at 90. I just like it all the way zoomed out. You can see more. Oh, you can actually see your menu display. If you see my FPS here, so that's like where your health goes, everything like that, and your bullets in the bottom right. If you can see, it's really zoomed in. I prefer it just there. Brightness 60. Why not? Just all personal preferences, really. Graphics and video low latency on boost. I think lots and lots. These are like the metaphor graphic settings. Because obviously, as you know, Siege is a very poorly optimized game. Obviously, I have that custom texture quality low, texture VRAM limit. This all depends on your setup, but you can have it at maximum, which does help your frames, and Yeah, in my opinion, test out VRAM limit. For me, average above normal does it best. But try low, try maximum, try middle. Texture filtering, linear. Don't know why. LED quality, this is a meshes. Have it on low, why not? You can have this on ultra, it don't really matter. As you can see by the memory here in the bottom right, it does not affect anything. You can have it on ultra. I just have it on normal, on low, sorry. Shading, low. We're not playing Forza Horizon 6, you know what I mean? Don't need really good graphics. Shadow quality, this is a must. So on Garage, on Clubhouse, on the garage door, you can see the shadow if they're on the left. If you're inside, you can see them swinging if you have it on high. On low, you can't see anything, and it doesn't really do much for FPS. You can have it on medium. Some people use it on very high. I personally have it on high in the middle. Reflection quality low. VFX quality low. Whatever this is, off, off, off. Performance. I know some people have it like have anti-aliasing, but I've just messed them up. But I know some people have it on straight off, but I don't know if it actually matters. But I've noticed that the memory goes up after you do that, so I'd rather just have it on the first one, chuck them both to the lowest, and job done. Obviously, for all of these, it all matters about if it works good on your setup. Obviously, most of these are like basic, like you have to do them really. Except from texture VRAM limit. Obviously, you couldn't just have it on whatever you want. This is like if you want the most FPS. I know some people have this. Most people have this off, I think. But I just don't really do it. Just test it out with the benchmark here, I'd say. Or just in game. But remember, you can't change them once you're out of the game. So once you're in the game, you can't change some of them. So be careful of that. Pardon me. Got drone speed boost, so when you're on a drone you can't shift and it sprints. Obviously you can have it on hold, you can have it on toggle. Roaring, but I have saw that some people have this off, which I might try. I might try having it off just to test it out. Mouse lock inversion, you don't want that on unless you're like some amazing person who can only play on inverted look. But I personally can't 60-60. Now I know what you're thinking, this is like crazy, how do you have it on this? But I have actually changed my multiplier, as I will show you now. So first, I won't show it just in case, because you know. But you go into Documents on File Explorer, click Documents, My Games, you should see. Click Rainbow Six Siege, and then now I'll show you what to do from here. Where is it? Here. So these are your two accounts. I'm not smurfing. This is my old account, and this is my new account here. So you're going to want to click on it, game settings, and this pops up. You want to change the first one you see on input. This is your multiplier, so how fast it goes. You put it on 0.001 if you want my sense. You can have it on Bolo sense 0.002, I think. Koozies is Kingstar, whatever his name is. Rest in peace. Whatever happened to him. And his one was 0.00223, I think. I personally have it on 0.01. And it's always sense, don't change this one, it messes it up and it automatically adjusts to your multiplier from normal. And obviously this is your normal stuff. Let me full screen it for you, sorry. And then you can also put on your FPS limit in here if you want a specific one, because in game it only goes to like 240 or 360, I think. So if you want to cap it at something, I can't actually tell what it is. Okay, I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in here. And this is your way. So let's say you have a bug or something, or you want to play on a different server. All you have to do is copy one of these. Let's say you want to play on South America East. You copy this, and you put it into here. That's what server you're on, so you can change it whenever you want with a click of a button, basically. And that's for the multiplier. So back onto Siege settings. There you go. So I'm on 660 with 0.001 multiplier, remember? So that's divided a couple times. And then this is my advanced. It doesn't look that crazy, obviously, but it adjusts to your multiplier and to your all of that. 1 times 39, 2.5 times 67. And these don't really matter, to be honest with you. Because you know who use them. Mouse scroll enabled. So that's so you can swap guns with your mouse wheel. Gadget deployment advanced, so then you're not stuck in the animation if you have it off. Drone deployments, that's when you throw a drone, you don't automatically go onto it, you have to click 5, which is the default controls. That's how you go onto it. Aim, hold, obviously. I think everyone has this on except for like a couple people. Lean, I use toggle. I know Spoit uses hold. I don't actually know anyone else off the top of my head who uses it as well. But lean's on toggle. That's where you click it once and it holds it, like it stays there until you click E or Q again to go out of it. Got sprint, hold, crouch, toggle. I know you can use hold, you can use any of these really, but I know Uzi plays on hold just as crouch run really fast, and Ambi also does, I'm pretty sure. Walk, hold. We've got your controls. Feature all this is default except from a couple. I'll slowly scroll through these in case you want to copy them down. This is all default, I'm pretty sure. Also, if anyone's having problems with their walk, I don't know why I was stupid and I couldn't use it, but you just use it with your thumb. If anyone's having problems with that, because I know I did when first switching. Melee is my front mouse button, so to break barricades, to knife people, that's that. And my secondary gadgets like grenades, C4s, that's on my back mouse button at the moment. Obviously you don't have to copy any of these, but just what I use. That's about it really for controls, I'm pretty sure. I'll still scroll down, but just in case you want to see. And this is all replay. Next, this is all controller. Also, remember if you have it disabled and you don't use it, make sure to enable it. Let's say it's on all of this. You want to turn it down and off because otherwise it creates input lag and like it just makes your game much smoother if you have it all off. Privacy, this is what I use. Not really big of a deal. You can copy it if you want to. Got accessibility, screen shake off. Make sure you have this on because make sure you have it off. Because otherwise the recoil is a lot worse. If you know what I mean. Like, I can't explain it. There's a good video by Jeff Sicker, if you know him, explaining it all about screen shake. I think he's got a YouTube short on it. Motion blur off. Obviously went through this, went through this, went through this. this, I know most people have it on red. Orange, in my opinion, you can see them better. You can see the outlines. Obviously, you can see a bit of the outline. I like to have it on orange. All of his default except from optic colour. I normally switch from neon green to white. Right now, obviously, I'm using neon green. I have it on 75 opacity, just so I can see through it better. Chat scale 107, personal preference, obviously, and that's about it. For attachments, basic attachments you wanna on attackers and DMRs, always, obviously it's up to you. I always run ACOG, magnified B. Basically on all the guns from Ella, use flash hider on everyone except from Ella. Vert grip on basically everyone except from like a few people who know Recoil, like Mozzie, you can use it on. You can use it on Azami if you want to. People like that really. This is a laser, you can have it on. I used to have it on all my guns, but don't anymore. Like I'll show you Ella right now. No, you haven't compensator on Ella. Let me show you in a quick shooting range, just show you that these settings do work. I'm new to keyboard and mouse and I can use them. I'll show you Dokkaebi first.
Pick a gun.
Also,
Any
for
gun.
Dokkaebi, I know I currently don't have it on, but use compensator for Dokkaebi's main gun as well, the XK23. Obviously it won't be perfect, you know, not that good. Oh. I know it's not the best, but it gets the job done.
Reminder to check in with family protection.
How to control recoil, it's very easy what you have to do. Look at this, don't touch your mouse, just hold shoot. As you can see it goes up, first 8 bullets approximately, and then goes to the left a bit. Obviously it shakes at the end, but all you want to do, pull down and to the right a bit. Obviously that's a lot better than otherwise. Obviously it shakes at the end there. I'll show you what it's like on this with compensator. Obviously it shakes a lot more on flash hider, that's a lot better. And then for defenders, I'll show you Ella. Obviously this is with don't mind my aim. This is with compensator on. Compensator is left to right. I'll show you with and without compensator really quick. Let me find a fresh wall to show you properly. We'll do it on this wall over here. Obviously, barely goes to the left. That's a lot better than with flash hider, if you can see here. So that's with compensator, this is without compensator. As you can see, comparing them, it goes to the side a lot more. That's it being controlled. Goes to the left and right a lot more. I think everyone uses compensator on Ella. If you don't believe me, believe Spoit said it himself. Obviously, and that's with compensator back on compared to this. You know what I mean? Basically, the rest of the guns you want to use. Rest of the guns you just want to use flash hider on, really. I can't think of anyone else at the top of my head to not use it on. For bandit, you can use extended barrel like used to. I used to use it for my faster sense, but now I'm on like a slower sense, so I use flash hider. That's about it really. Thank you, and subscribe, like and subscribe, all of that nonsense. Au revoir.